Okay, let's see what we'll have here. So let's go to close. Okay, so homework 3. GitHub folder, Jupyter Notebook, and PDF instructions. Okay, so let's talk about what we'll learn. Learn to use NLP libraries. Okay, Natural Language Toolkit and SciPy. There's a few others, but understand why we pre-process text. And I talked about this, I believe, in week 3 or 4. Sometimes it's to do computational efficiency, to remove stop words, to spell check. There could be a lot of different reasons why we pre-process text, and sometimes we don't. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we use different, we'll pre-process it one way and then we'll pre-process it another way, and then that will give us kind of a corpus of 2 different types of text. So we can do it multiple different ways. Create domain-specific stop words for your data. Again, I always prefer you guys to use your data. Identify cases where cleaning hurts your analysis. So a lot of the modern LLMs, they don't always clean their data as much. They do a lot lighter cleaning just because they want to teach a machine to do better, to understand humans better, to understand language better. Claude, Anthropic, basically one of the things they did is they took a bunch of books, scanned them, and I've done this, and then train a model from that. And it's a great way to have a machine learn. So let's go in here. Okay, so I'm gonna look at the look at this first. Okay, so nobody cares about this, so I'm just gonna go down related to the questions we got to answer. Which remove stop words might carry meaning in your domain? I talked about the word no or none in medical or without. Which did you choose each subdomain specific words? Okay. When should you preserve versus remove negation? And give an example of aggressive text cleaning that would hurt your analysis. Okay, well, these are all pretty easy. Okay, so let's get the notebook and let's run it. Move back here, and now since I'm on a local machine, I can probably just copy or download it and drag it into a VS Code. Close this, don't save, and here it's got that there. Okay, open. Save it real quick. Save as. Oh, I don't know. Okay, so now we have a nice saved homework session. Okay, I just looked over this real quick, and the first thing we do is I just hit run all, and another kernel collab, and I'll probably use a GPU, a little baby GPU. Collab. I'm just gonna hit run all, and then I'm gonna go on Hugging Face and look for a data set really quick, because I'd like to try this on some of my own data real quick into this NVIDIA helps here. So let me go on Hugging Face and come back in a minute. And it's also going to run through it while I look. So I'm going to pause the video. Okay, I did find a medical NLP little data set on Hugging Face, but let me look at this. Also, with basically there's like a large version. I think there's a medium version, a couple different versions. It just has to do with like the size of words it uses. The large ones take longer, but are probably more accurate. I just LG. No. think we had about 150, 190 stop words. Again, this is just loading the data set I included. I found another data set. I just want to kind of review it real quick to see what is on here. Okay. Let's think about that right here. What is that telling us? Make it bigger. Word count original, word count cleaned. So this is percentage removed equals word count original minus word count cleaned divided by word count original times 100. So we lost 40%. We had a reduction by 40%. Now think about that. How would that change the homework assignments? How would that change, it's Valentine's Day here on a day or two. How would that change a love letter? If I was to send a love letter to my wife and randomly take out, reduce it by 40%, do you think that would change the context of it? If I was to take one of the business books in this class and take out 40% of it, do you think it would change it? And we could do a quick experiment. I could just open a book. I go to Gutenberg Press and remove the stopwords and you could see it. And it's scary. Again, but we do this because a lot of times there's extra junk in there. So how do we balance that? And that's really the point of this assignment. So top 30 most common words after sound and cleaning. Well, this doesn't really add value, I don't think. I hate when, was it ChatGPT or Claude writes and you always tell the EM dashes? I hate that. There's another thing. Really? Do we really need this here? 1, 2, 3? I don't think these add a lot of value to the text. Maybe if I wrote the word first out, this. Explain to me how that could add value to text. It probably doesn't. But she doesn't really know what that is if it sees it in line. So that is why we could kind of clean some of these up. So see, that's why I like VS Code. You see that? It's like, hey, do this. Or just hit tab, boom, it's done. How much easier that is? So okay, so we clean some of that up. It doesn't really matter. Let me just play it. Oh, there's an error here. I'll show you. And this is just one of those more thinking parts. This product is not good at all. Well, what would happen if we remove the word not? Product's good. Completely changes it. So here we go. Look at this. So now we got an error. Oh, I guess not because we put these in here, but we did have an error. If you get the error, just put some smart stopwords or domain stopwords in here. Okay. Domain stopwords. That's why. Just visualize it. Again, I hate these. What are these things called? Word cloud. Never think they're really super useful. Okay, and then what stopwords removed might carry meaning in your domain? Well, in computers there's ATM, asynchronous transfer mode. In banking, ATM is automatic teller machine. Okay, so it can vary by domain, and it's just one. Incompetence is a term in psychology that means one thing, or neurology that means one thing, and in urology it means something completely different. Why did you choose each domain specific? Well, I just looked up here and did that. So now what did I find? I found, so again, I just did, I just went to Hugging Face because it's easy. I think I did NLP medical and I just hit datasets down here. And I just hit this one because it's like, I don't know. Well, no, I did. No, I did. This one is MedicalNLPDataset. Maybe it was a NLP medical. But like I said, I mean, boom, we click here, and here's your data set. So I just found this one, so let's load this real quick. Let's run through this again, and we have. I'm just going to restart. That way I have a nice clean kernel. Oh, come on, machine. There we Paste it in here. Let's look at, so this code. So I just copied in. So all I did was basically copy this line, copy paste it. So that was down here, and then I just pasted the link and just got that part out of it. Now I'm looking at the data set. We have description, patient, and doctor. Let's do patient. I guess I think I just put that in here. Patient, and I'm going to stop it right here. Either you can add a breakpoint or just something to stop it. I'm just going to run all. So again, it installs on Google server, or yeah, on their little virtual server, so I don't have any security risk here. So it's not even downloading to my machine, it's downloading to Google. It's downloading. I should have seen how big this data set was. 100K to 1 million rows, so it shouldn't be that big. So all we're saying is, hey, grab this data set, grab this column, and throw it in basically Excel. And show me the first 3 rows. And it's a data frame. And I'm interested in this one. Hey, patient. Hi, doctor. I just okay. Hi, doctor. Blah blah blah. Hi, doctor. So now I'm seeing a lot of hi doctors there. 47% removal. Look at that. So hi. 3. Doctor. Like. Let's then again, I just added this so I could sit here and look at this for a second. So let's do I removed hi already, but hi doctor, two and three, maybe please. Should delete further now. Okay. I know you're supposed to add 10. I just added a couple. And then there we go. So you should be able to answer all these questions. And you should be good. I said, don't overthink it. The main goal of this is to understand a stopword removal. And to really, I used to have students download a book and literally remove stopwords from getting a Gutenberg press book, and then read it because it's a little hard to read, but that doesn't really apply to business nowadays. And we do things that are so different. If we remove certain words in English, it might be different working on a French data set. So just keep that in mind. And you're good to go. Let me know if you have any questions.